All right. Okay, we are doing this again. We are here. Lucas Jordan, kind of related to this. Great news, sorta. Sentai isn't exactly ending, it's just going on hiatus. Yes, sure. We'll see about that in 10 years. Okay. Well, hello to anyone who is watching. Hello, hello. Yeah. I mean, this will probably be a fairly quick stream because there's not really a whole lot to go off of. But we'll talk about what we do got. And we'll talk about those other articles that did come out actually regarding the end of Sentai and why Sentai ended and stuff like that. Um, but let's see. So we got a PV, right? Like we got a promotional video, a little teaser thingy, whatever you want to call it. Not too much, but we got something. Hello, hello, who we got? Sam's Noswell. Hello. I can't wait for Metal Hero Series Return Revival Series. Omega Ring, hello. So yeah, so we got the PV, this PV here. I watched it very late in the day. I was off social media for most of the day. I was um talking to friends and stuff, just hanging out, not worrying about anything, just having a chill grand old time today. Um and Yeah, I wanted to record my reaction, which I did. I recorded my reaction to this little teaser that we got of Project Red, Gavan Infinity. Um, and hello, hi, Uni Warrior Thomas, $2. Thank you. Sentai isn't dead. It's just going on a hiatus. Yeah, we did hear that. I know. I'm gonna talk about that also. Um, but thank you for the $2. Appreciate that. Always appreciate that. I always appreciate that. Nice haircut. Oh, thank you. Hello, Androius. All hail Metal Heroes. Oh man. Um, I don't know, man. I think all you Metal Heroes fans are gonna be really surprised at this show with how they're talking about it. It sounds very different from Metal Heroes. Like it's obviously like the look of it, and we'll talk about the look of it. The look of it is very Metal Hero-y, but how they're talking about it, like the show isn't going to feel like Metal Heroes. That's how they're saying it. That's how they've been promoting it. So it sounds like you guys will be surprised. I mean, Sentai fans will also be surprised too. Like any Toku fan, from the sounds of it, it will sound very surprising. So, what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna kind of go through the PV. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down, right? Break it down for y'all. And we're gonna see what the heck's happening here. Let's see. B Fighter Kabuto was an amazing season. Okay. So we get the PV. We got the PV. I'm not gonna show it on screen because copyright. And I also can't. I don't have that technology right now. Beyond the Records, Embrace the Extraordinary. That's what it first starts off with. And then it shows the Toei logo. And then it goes into we're going into space, right? We're in space. And it looks like there's several different attacks happening. I think the first one is a Gavan attack, I believe. Y'all Metal Heroes fans are going to have to help me out. But it looks like we're getting several different attacks from potentially different heroes, either in this upcoming Gavan Infinity show or um, in the future, right? Like whatever they're planning for the future. I don't know. Wow, Unity Warrior Thomas, thank you for the $5. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I can't like it. Why can't I? There you go. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So the issue I had with Metal Heroes previous comebacks is they felt too Showa plus stuck in the past, so anything can actually makes it new is okay in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, there you go. That's what, cause like let's be real. Let's be real. A straight up Metal Heroes revival, it ain't gonna do it. Like let's be real. Even if you're a Metal Heroes fan, you gotta acknowledge that. Okay, like it just would not be successful because they've tried and they've always failed. So they need to do something new. Hello, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Um, Metal Heroes themselves are very diverse, from space sheriff to police robo to insect robo to ninja to magical kids friendly robo. Hello, Emma Chan. I'm in the minority who like new changes. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I saw someone say those attacks are based off of all of Gavan's attacks. I saw people saying that the first one was based off Gavan. All the other ones I don't know, unless they're other Metal Heroes, and I don't know. And I'm making it clear. I saw some not excited for this. Hoping Sentai will come back soon. Hello, hello, Ractonite. It's been a while since I've seen you. Yeah, no, I'll talk about how I feel about it after we break down this PV here. And then there's also another behind the scenes video that they released as well, so we're gonna talk about that too. And then it goes into, so after all those attacks, I just hope it won't be boring because I'm gonna be missing the yearly Sentai in my life. I feel that. I feel that in my spirit, my Super Sentai spirit. So it goes into the Project R.E.D. Logo, and just to talk about Project R.E.D, the title, right? Um, and I was watching. Who was I watching? Yeah, I think it was Sound Out. I think that's the name of the YouTube channel, Sound Out. He does a bunch of nerd type of news and reviews and stuff. And he was talking about the name of this new series, and I have to agree with him. I'm going to echo him by saying Project R.E.D, the title itself, doesn't say anything. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I know obviously it means records of extraordinary dimensions, but even then, what does that even mean? Like, what? What does that mean? Like, you have Kamen Rider. Like, let's compare it to other tokusatsu right now. We have Kamen Rider, very straightforward. He's a Kamen Rider, masked rider. He's a dude in a mask with that rides, right? That rides motorcycles. Ultraman. He's an Ultraman. He's a big boy. Like, how more straightforward can you get? And we can even talk about, it's even Super Sentai. Super Sentai. They're a Super Sentai team, right? Squadron, whatever. What the heck is a Project R.E.D? Like, what? Who the heck's gonna look at this and be like, oh yeah, I know? Like, no one. Like, I don't know. That's why, like, okay, I'll talk about, yeah, I won't go farther into that. But I don't know. What do y'all think about the name? I'm curious about what y'all think about, because we haven't really talked about the name itself. You know? Yes. Okay. Um, So there's that. And then right after the Project Red name, Universe Heroes would have been better. Where is the like? Yeah, I don't know. Were leakers wrong about the Universe Heroes stuff? I don't know. Let's see. I just hope the rumor about many heroes is true. I worry about Project Red being focused only on one hero. I mean, Kamen Rider does it, and they're doing just fine. I did see the interview. We will talk about the interviews. We'll talk about the interviews. We'll talk about the articles. Actually, I didn't see the full interview because it's paid. Like, you have to pay for it. It's the end of Sentai for now. We'll talk about that. So after the title, it goes into like shots of the suit, but you can't really see it fully, like in full detail. But you can kind of see the helmet. You can kind of see some of the parts of the suit. And then it goes into the Gavan Infinity logo. And I'm going to talk about the suit a little bit, at least from what we could see. I'm not feeling it. I'm just, again, like, I'm not super into metal heroes. Like, Gavan's cool. I liked his appearances when he appeared in like the Sentais and stuff like that. Like like they're cool on their own, right? And I'm sure this suit is gonna look cool when we like fully see it, right? But right now I'm just like, is this really going to replace set? Like, is this really going to be? I'm very skeptical about how successful this show is going to be. Like, legitimately, like, I'm worried about, like, I want to put my trust in these creators, right? Into Toei and into, like, all the people that are working behind the scenes on this stuff. But I can't help to think, is this show really going to be successful? Is this really something that Toei wants to do? Like, do they really think that this is going to be like, is this really going to like bring in the money? Is this really going to bring in the toy sales? Is this really going to bring in the viewership? You know, I'm just so skeptical about it. I'm really skeptical. You know. So I don't know. I saw this teaser and I was like, eh. Like I didn't like I recorded my whole reaction. I'll post my reaction sometime this week. But essentially I was just like, like, okay, like that's it. Like you're not gonna give us the full suit right now? I mean it is pretty early. I'm not gonna lie, like it is still pretty early, right? This show's not gonna be airing till I guess I don't know. People were saying January, and there was an article that said January, but then erased it. I think it's February. I don't think Go is gonna end that soon. Um, but yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know. For now, I'm just like, he's a like, he's a metal hero. You know, he's a metal hero. I'm not. Do you need screenshots of the interview? I mean, I'll take them. I'll take them, but I probably won't read them on the stream just because it is a paid interview and I don't want to monetize that I'm supposed to, for something that I'm supposed to be paying for. But yeah, please, I'll take the screenshots. I'll take the screenshots for sure. I will read the parts that are free. I'll read the parts that are free. Okay. First, so yeah. So as far as Sentai ending, because everyone's been talking about it. We'll go into the articles now, and then I'll talk more about Project Red after that, since everyone's like freaking out about the end of Sentai. Understandably so. So let's talk about the articles. So there's two articles that I want to talk about. The first one being from Asahi.com. Now this is a paid article, so I can't read the whole thing, but I can at least take a look at this one part. So it says, and this is Google translated, so, take it how you will. But it says Toei executives reveal the reason behind the end of Sentai and their next challenge. So let's see here. So it goes into like what Sentai is, and that there are two black ships that kind of cornered the Super Sentai series. I don't know what those things are because I can't read the whole article. But Unimori Thomas, if you can send me those screenshots, that would be great. Oh, never mind. I got him here. I'll read that later. I will read that later. But basically, Shirakura says that they need at least 10 years before reviving Sentai. Basically pulling a Kamen Rider, right? Because Kamen Rider was gone for like 10 years, right? Something like that, 8 years, whatever, I don't know. So it's kind of like, it's pretty much the same thing. So he says, the question was, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the first Sentai. With the commemorative series Gojuju coming to an end, will this mean the end of Super Sentai? And he says, no, I don't think it's the end of the Sentai series. It's on hiatus. The Sentai broadcast time slot, TV Asahi, Sunday mornings at 9:30, will be replaced by a new one, but the Sentai series itself may be revived at some point. The news of the end of Sentai came out in October before the announcement, and I didn't expect the reaction to be as big as it is. I don't know how you wouldn't expect that reaction. Like, do you really? You didn't expect that reaction? Really? I'm grateful that Sentai was such a beloved entity. However, even if it does eventually return, I think it would be better to wait 10 years. Now, that's what he's saying. Does that mean that this exact thing is going to happen? No, because 10, like, let's think about it. 10 years is a long time, right? 10 years is a long time. We don't know what the heck is going to be happening in these 10 years. We have no idea. We don't even know what's going to be happening in, like, February when the show starts, right? Let's say it's February, right? January, February, whatever. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the reaction is. We don't know how successful this show is going to be. This Project Red is going to be. We do not know. We have no idea. So we cannot, I don't think, like, should we listen to Shirakura? Absolutely. Like, I'm not discrediting what he's saying. He obviously knows what's happening and everything. He's like, he's one of the people in charge. Absolutely. But I think for anyone who is hoping for the revival of Sentai, which I am one of those people, anyone who's a diehard Sentai fan, which I am one of those people, I don't think we should also at the same time like have everything crossed, right? We well, sure, cross our fingers, cross our toes, cross everything you got, everything you can, right? But don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Like don't hold on to hope so hard for the next 10 years hoping that Sentai, like don't put your hopes up. That's what I want to say. Don't have your hopes up so high, because 10 years is a long time and anything can happen in these 10 years, these next 10 years. We just don't know. Now, it worked for Kamen Rider, right? Kamen Rider took a break. And then Kamen Rider came back full force with Kuga, right? Which is great. Sentai could follow the same suit, for sure. But don't yeah, because I see a lot of people now it's like saying like not in the chat necessarily. Well, maybe some people in the chat are holding on to that hope, which hold on to your hope absolutely, but like especially on social media, like oh no, it's not dead, it's coming back, like it's for sure coming back. Like we don't know that 100% for sure. Shirakura doesn't even know for sure. He said I don't think it's the end of the Sentai series. Even if it does eventually return, he says if he thinks like he's not like it's not 100%, nothing is 100%. So I think we need to like lower our expectations about the potential of Sentai coming back. I would absolutely love for Sentai to come back. I hope it does. Absolutely. But, you know, 10 years from now, yeah, exactly. Yeah, TTFC stuff can still happen. Memorial stuff can still happen, so it's 70%. I would say it's a 50-50. I'm going to say it's a 50-50%. Like 50-50. Once Sentai comes back, Anthony won't be in Japan. I don't know. I don't even know that. I can't even say that for sure. I have no idea what I don't know where I'm going to be in 10 years. So, yeah. So just keep your hopes at bay. Don't have high expectations. Don't have your hopes up, But hope. You can still hope. That is okay. Anyways, let's continue with this interview. We only have one more question. So they ask why. Why is that? Why is it on hiatus? And he says the limitations of the new Sentai have become apparent. We have tried various methods to overcome these limitations, but as we approach the milestone of our 50th anniversary, we have certainly reached a point where we must fundamentally rethink things. And yeah, it's shown, right? They've been trying a whole bunch of new stuff, especially in the most recent Sentai and like Reiwa Sentai. And nothing's really stuck. Not until Tegasword really stuck. I mean, I don't know. Dawn Taijin really stuck. But then, like, they haven't done a mech like Dawn Taijin since. They did King Oger, but King Oger's not really like Dawn Taijin in a lot of different ways. And I don't think King Oger sold, like, the King Oger Robo, I'm saying. Like, King Oger Robo, I don't think sold as well. It didn't get, like, an award or anything, But Tegasword did. So, I don't know. I guess it was just too little too late in that case. So that's it. That's the interview right there. At least what I can see. I'll read the rest on my own time. But let's go into the other. There's another article that I don't think a lot of people know about. Maybe I don't know. I could be wrong, but there's this other article from Live Door News, and it says the 50. This is an interesting one. The 50-year-long Super Sentai series is coming to an end. The truth behind the one. That's sad. It says the truth behind the one loser in toy sales that divided Kamen Rider and that were divided from Kamen Rider and Ultraman. That's so sad. That is so sad. That is so sad. Calling it the one loser. I mean, they're not wrong, but so this article, they asked for the opinions of anime and game writer Kiyofumi Tane, but I think this person has worked on or is working on Kamen Rider, I think. I'm not 100% sure though. A lot of people always look down on Sentai. Yeah, so we're gonna. This is actually what this article is about, honestly. So basically, they asked this person reasons like why Sentai's just not doing well. And let's see what he says. So the declining birth rate and the reality that smartphone games are a thing. That's his first point. So um, they basically say that many children or many people have fond memories of Sentai, saying the end of Sentai is sad, that they're sad about it, or oh, I used to watch it with my kids. Um, but then at the same time, there's also a lot of people saying, oh yeah, there's low viewership ratings, toys won't sell, blah blah blah. Um, Although there are no official announcements from the average viewership ratings for the Super Sentai series, the current series, Go Jujer, had an average household viewership rating of 1.9%, according to video research in the Kanto region on October 26th, which is a very, for the October 26th broadcast, which is a very difficult situation. So, AKA, not a lot of people are watching. Not a lot of people are watching. Um, yes, the Kanto region in Japan. Um, he also says that this can be said for of other superhero works as well, but the biggest reason is the decline in the number of children who are the main audience. In other words, the declining birth rate. So yeah, if you don't know, Japan. I mean, a lot of places in the world are facing this problem. Like, more people are just not having kids because of various different reasons, the economy, not wanting kids, blah, blah, blah. But in Japan, especially, Japan is, Japan is like, oh my God, like the birth rate is absolutely ridiculously low. It's crazy how low it is. There's way more people dying than there are people being born. It's crazy. Like the numbers are absolutely insane. Um, you can't have kids programs without kids. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yep, yep. You can't have kids programs without kids. And here's the thing with the differences in Kamen Rider and Sentai is like Kamen Rider is the perception of Kamen Rider compared to Sentai is like Kamen Rider is like the adults version of Sentai, right? Like Kamen Rider is still for kids. It's still marketed to kids, but there is still a very large audience, adult audience when it comes to Rider compared to Sentai. Sentai, the the view of Sentai is very much towards more towards kids. Um, Young adults. Not I would argue not even young adults. I would argue not even young adults. Like adults are liking this stuff. And then also he says like the competing entertainment media has increased dramatically compared to the Showa and Heisei eras with free-to-play smartphone games. Now, smartphones. Smartphones are a thing now. Tablets, like kids prefer those now over toys, which is so sad because I love my toys. Toys are so fun, guys. Come on, kids. Superhero themed works used to have a significant source of income from toy sales, but with the recent spread of smartphones and tablets, it seems like there's increasing number of children no longer attracted to toys. According to Bandai Namco, sales of Sentai series in recent years have been around 6.5 billion yen, compared to Kamen Rider, which has been 30 billion yen, and Ultraman with 14 to 20 billion yen. So, yes, Sentai is significantly lower. So, and why are Sentai toys the only ones with low sales? And this is when they start talking about Go Power Rangers! The Super Sentai series was made in America in 1993 under the Power Rangers title, and the rights to manufacture toys were initially held by Bandai. Bandai. Power Rangers became a global hit. Toy sales, including the domestic series, exceeded 20 billion yen. securing sales that were on par with current Kamen Rider and Ultraman. Now, with Kamen Rider and Ultraman also have, uh, uh, presence in other countries, right? Ultraman is very popular in China. So they get a lot of their toy sales and stuff like that from China. So they also, all these properties have like their their uh their toy sales and stuff, like all the money that they get, it's not just from Japan, it's also from like other countries. Now, all of you know, at least you should know, that any of you who are watching, Power Rangers died in 2023 and arguably died a long time ago when Saban brought it back. So it's been a long time since Power Rangers really hasn't been like Power Rangers hadn't really been doing well. Like there was a Disney era, which was good, but like you look at seasons like RPM barely sold any like you barely saw the toys at the toy shop, right? Like I remember back in the day, I had a hard time finding some of the toys. And then Samurai, there was a resurgence, right? But that didn't last a long time. We went into Mega Force and Super Mega Force. I mean, those did well, but like not like that well when it comes to toy sales. Dino Charge did pretty good, but then after that, we got Ninja Steel. Ninja Steel was garbage, and that's when Bandai, they cut ties with Bandai and Saban, and then you go into like the Hasbro era, and they just refuse to sell toys. Hasbro, a toy company, doesn't sell toys, and that leads to basically the end of Super Sentai. What the heck? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Now, no, let's just say that isn't that crazy. The brand that was created from Sentai kills Sentai. Like it killed the thing that it was created from. How was that? Like how did any of us like predict this? I don't think so. Isn't it wild? Like isn't that wild? I would have never thought that would have happened. What are the odds? Absolutely. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. So, thanks Hasbro. Thanks Saban. Thanks whoever. I don't know who to blame. I don't know. With Power Rangers in general. Like, that's crazy. That's insane to think about. That's super insane to think about. But, now, that's not the only, that's not the only, Hasbro or Saban or whoever, that's not the only culprit, right? They're not fully to blame because there is another thing that this person talks about. The failure to develop the adult market was also a factor in said failure. The Sentai series mainly features 5 heroes. However, in 2017, Uchu Sentai Q Ranger, there was a diversification of characters with 9 heroes appearing. In the case of Q Ranger, toy sales in the first half of the series were inevitably strong due to the large number of products available, but the momentum slowed down in the second half, so in the end, there was no significant increase in sales. The more products you have, the higher the development costs will naturally be, so you will likely end up in a situation where sales cannot keep up with costs. So they tried something new with Q Ranger, but it didn't really work. Furthermore, Tane points out that while Kamen Rider toys are seeing a boom in kidult consumption, kidult, that I've seen that word being thrown around these days, especially in Japan. Kidult, kid, adult. put in one, right? The adults who are still children. So all of us right now, any of you who's watching, and then me. Where adults buy toys and hobbies from their childhood, there is no such demand for Sentai toys. Now, that's, again, that goes back to where I was talking about where Sentai is seen more as like the more kiddish of, the two, Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. But he also makes another point, which I think is really interesting. And I didn't really think about this until this person pointed it out. Kamen Rider is primarily sold as a transformation belt and other so-called role-playing toys, and there is a high demand for these transformation belt toys, not only among children but also among adults. Bandai has gone to the trouble of releasing a model that has been specially reconstructed to adult size as a transformation belt for adults. But the reality is that there are not many adults who are avid collectors of the Super Sentai series toys, as there are so many different types that it is difficult to collect them all. Now, I didn't think about that. That's an interesting point. Like, Kamen Rider always has a belt. Kamen Rider always has a belt. And that's easy. It's easy to collect and it's easy to display, right? You can have a whole wall of belts and they all look uniform, they all look cool, right? Not like they're all different in design, but they're essentially all belts, right? Even Zet's, even though Zet's is different, he wears it on his torso instead of his, on his waist. It's still a belt. It's still very uniform compared to pretty much everything else we've gotten in these last 55 years of Kamen Rider. When it comes to Sentai, a long time they were doing like the bracelets, but then, eventually they started doing like cell phones, and then they did like weapons like guns and swords, and then whatever else, hamburgers and stuff like that. Flashlights, right? Sunglasses, I don't know, whatever. I don't, a bunch of different stuff. So, it says here, for the adult generation, it's not enough to have a large selection of products. They tend to want items that are easy to understand and can be purchased without hesitation, and they place importance on ease of purchase. Why does Premium Bandai exist then? So the fact that the Sentai series toys did not effectively capture the demand of the adult generation is thought to be one of the reasons for their failure in the toy market. Which, to an extent that makes sense. I don't know about the ease of purchase thing because, again, Premium Bandai is a thing. That's not really that easy. I mean, it's easy once you have an account. You just order it. Like, sure, whatever. But, like, campaign items, I would argue that's not really easy. Like, there's a bunch of different things that they do that just aren't necessarily easy. But I guess to rebuttal that, like, the adults will go after those kinds of things too. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But I understand the uniformity of Kamen Rider belts in comparison to like henshin items for Super Sentai. So I get that. Which I guess is part of the reason why they were trying so hard to like push robos in recent years, because that is more uniform, right? Like robos are more uniform. Excuse me. You can have like just, a whole bunch of robos, that's cool. But it's interesting. I thought that this was that's pretty much the whole article. I should link these actually. I'll link these in the description. Let me edit this video. CSM are too heavy in terms of production costs to be put on retail. Yeah. The only time Super Sentai did a belt, the closest was Jew Ranger. Well, that's not the problem though with Sentai. It's not like Sentai should do belts, because then that's just Kamen Rider. The problem is the lack of uniformity amongst Sentai. You also got like the naming too. Even if you look at the names of all the Sentai, it's always something Sentai something something, right? There's no uniformity. Kamen Rider, it's so easy. Kamen Rider blank. Kamen Rider blank. It's easy. Sentai, it got a little more convoluted, which is why I'm which brings us back to Project Red. What the flip are what in the F are they doing with this show? Super Space Sheriff, Super Mega Gavan Infinity. Like what on earth? I know in Japanese it's more it makes more sense, but like Gavan Infinity, and then like if the rumors are true, which by the way, those rumors are becoming less and less true as we go by, as the days go by. But like what like what's gonna be after Gavan Infinity? Like what like are you just gonna keep adding adjectives to Gavan Infinity? Or is it gonna be just another hero after that? And then but like if the problem is uniformity, that's not very uniform, you know? I don't know what they're doing, y'all. I don't know. It's so confusing, and I don't know if I like it. Now, the last thing we got to talk about here is they did another video. Gavan Infinity and Beyond. That's what they're going to call it. Absolutely. Sherivan Infinity. I mean, they could. What the heck is Gavan? What the heck is Project Red? Okay, so they did another video. They released another video that is like behind the scenes stuff. So you could kind of pause and kind of see what's happening, you know. They have some stuff blurred out, of course, but you can see, you know, some parts of the suit, another big robotic thing that looks like a mech. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you can't really see it, but it's blurred out. But you could tell it's like a big mech type of thing. There are some shots very interesting though. There's one shot in particular that has a bunch of different robos. There's a bunch of different robos. I'm guessing these are like these aren't none of these are like really final. These are just like pre-production kind of idea type of uh drawings or whatever. Um so you can see a bunch of different robos here, which is really cool, really interesting. It looks like that looks like a metal hero right there. Um, so that's interesting. And then there's one other shot. And this is gonna go back to the rumors and how BS they've been. um there's this shot, and it looks like, from the looks of it, now I'm not sure 100%, this is just speculation, but from the looks of it, these might be the gimmick items for Sheriff Gavan Infinity. And they look like USBs. They look like the USBs from Double. That's what they look like to me. I don't know if they're USBs. They could be something else. I don't know. Or they, you know what? They also look like those things from Ultraman too. There's like those like no, they're USBs, right? Ultraman had USBs at one point, I think. So, um, yeah, it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting that there's no hyperkeys. Thank you, thank you. So the rumors about cards, I see. As of now, there are no. Okay, here's the thing about this. People were saying that this is a rebrand. The more we find out about this, the less of a rebrand this is. People were saying that this show was going to be called Universe Heroes. Universe Heroes is nowhere to be found. The name Universe Heroes, nowhere to be found. Oh, there's Gary. Say hi to Gary, everyone. Cards, nowhere to be found. So we might have to call BS on those rumors. It's interesting though because like rumors have been more or less right up until now. Nothing has been correct when it comes to these. Oh, Gary with the 99 cents. Oh, Gare Bear. Thanks, Gare Bear. Say hi to Gare Bear and say thank you to Gare Bear. Because now we could go buy toys. Magic and ninjas? No ninjas to be found. There's been this constant rumor of like the White Witch Ranger hero person. I don't know if that's true, right? That could be total BS. But you know what has been true? Is this Sentai or not? It's not Sentai. It's not Sentai. And it's more Metal Hero, but it's going to be completely different from Metal Hero. But everyone keeps saying there's going to be elements of Sentai in this. I don't know. I really don't know. But Sentai is over. Sentai as we know it is over. That is a fact. It is over, possibly being revived in the future. That we know. But yeah, you know what is true though? Pretty much all the Japanese articles that have been coming out. Japanese articles said Sentai is over. Sentai is over. The Japanese articles have said Metal Heroes is going to be revived. Metal Heroes, I mean, pretty much, yeah, it's revived. I mean, they have the Gavan name, and this dude looks like a freaking Metal Hero. He looks like a space sheriff. Like, yeah. So it's like, this ain't no rebrand, y'all. This ain't no rebrand. We were lied to. We were lied to. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to call. I'm gonna have to call BS on some of them on those leaks, man. We were lied to. Like, no, yeah, yeah. Nah, everything was BS. So. Unless, the show comes out, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, there's all this cool stuff now. Like, oh look, there's the white witch. Oh, you're good, Uni Warrior. You're good, Uni Warrior, Thomas. Thank you for that though. Yeah, there could still be White Witch. There still could be cards. I'm just basing some of those things. I am basing off of what of this video, this very short video that behind the scenes stuff. Like we still might get those things, but what we've been told as far as this being a rebrand and this being Universe Heroes. Nah, man, nah. I'm sorry, but nah. Leakers might get mad at me for saying that, but I'm sorry. Y'all were wrong. So far, you've been wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah. And that made me wrong too. That's the thing. And that's the thing, because I've echoed those things too. I've echoed that, yeah, this is a rebrand. Yeah, this is gonna be Universe Heroes. Like, I have echoed those things in videos and live streams. So now y'all made me look wrong. So thanks for that. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. You made me a liar. Oh my God. So I do apologize. I feel like I should apologize to all of you, all my viewers. I feel like I should apologize. Because I do feel like I'm partly responsible for that. Um, that's why it's like, man, we shouldn't even bother with these leaks, man. Like that's why I tend to not to bother with leaks. Or rumors or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. I tend to not bother with it because it's like things change or things end up not being true or, Toei should apologize to us. I mean, yeah, for getting rid of Sentai, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. uh, absolutely. Um, but anyways, anyways. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, things on the Sentai side just suck. They just suck real bad, guys. Yeah, I'm personally, I'm not after watching all the, after watching, these teasers, that were released earlier today. It's just like, I'm just like meh about everything. Like it doesn't really excite me that much, which sucks because I want to be. I know it's not going to replace Sentai in my spirit, in my heart, but like I would like to enjoy this. It'd be nice to enjoy this. But as of now, I'm not feeling it. Like Toei, do a better job of making me feel this. Come on. Come on, Toei. I know you can, because you've done that for a very long time for me when it comes to Sentai and Rider. So I know you can do it. But right now, it ain't doing it. You know? Like, come on. I'm rooting for this. But as of now, I'm not feeling it. Like, I want this to be good. I want this to be successful because it's like, if it's not, then what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Like, if this is not successful, what the heck is going to happen? Like, will Sentai even come back in 10 years? I mean, it still could, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Ah, man. I hope this does. I know, and I do have to point out, like a lot of people online were saying, what were they saying? It's so dumb. People want this to fail so that Sentai could come back like the next year, and I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works in the least, in the slightest. So people who are hoping for this to fail, like you're gonna be shooting yourselves in the foot. Let's like that's not how this stuff works. Absolutely not. I am going to be doing another live stream next week, sometime next weekend. It's going to be a special one because actually, right after this live stream, as soon as this live stream ends, I'm going to post the next toy hunt. So please go check that out. Yes, the next toy hunt will be posted right after this right after this live stream, and it is the penultimate episode of season 9 of Toy Hunting. So we are almost at the finale, and I'm gonna explain more about it next week. I'm gonna explain more about the finale and what that's gonna be like next week in next week's live stream. But it's not gonna just be that. It's also gonna be a little Q&A. And there will be a post about it on our community tab, or they don't call it a community tab now, but whatever, the posts tab. Um, so so uh that's gonna be a thing. So yeah, just look out for a post very soon. That's gonna happen, and then the live stream will happen next week. So it's gonna be fun. Like, Toy Hunting season 9 is coming to a close, just like Super Sentai. Ah! But yeah. So yeah, we'll do that next week, and yeah, just keep a lookout for a post very soon. And yes, after this live stream, go check out the Toy Hunt. Go check out the episode 15 of Toy Hunting season 9. Let's see, any other comments? Let me see. Gary gets it. Gary gets it. Absolutely. What's your opinion on Kohaku appearing in Go Junior? I did see a little bit of it, and I saw I'm happy they explained it. I'm gonna be real. I am so happy they explained why she has a different face. I am so happy they did that. People were saying they weren't gonna, but I was right. I win. I was right. I'm gonna take that W. Yeah, ants in the chat. I was correct. So I'm happy that I was correct and that my hopes were realized. I'm happy that they explained that. So huge W in my opinion. Of course, I wish this didn't happen. I wish Maya was still in the show, obviously, but what was the explanation? I don't know if I want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say here. But it was just a very quick explanation from what I understand. So I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it though, just because I'm curious. I'll probably watch the episode just because I'm curious. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end it there. Go check out the Toy Hunt right after this. Go do it. All right, do it. Go. What are you still doing here? What are you still doing here? Go. Leave. Go watch it. I'm gonna oh god, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna post it right now. I'm posting it now. I'm posting that. I see you. Get out of here. Yeah, Gary, you tell him, Gary, get out of here. Yeah. Go. It's publishing right now. It's published. Go. What are you doing here? Go! Get out of here! Ah!